Managing a budget while juggling student debt and high living expenses feels impossible, right? But what if I told you there are ways to make this work without constantly feeling like you're drowning in bills? Stick around until the end, because I'm going to share exactly how I make it work and what you might be missing in your budget right now. First, let me tell you about a time when I felt like I had it all figured out, until I didn't. I was in my early 20s, fresh out of school, and felt the pressure of mounting student debt and rising costs. The first mistake I made? Thinking my student loan payments should just fit into whatever was left at the end of the month. Spoiler alert, that doesn't work. The reality is, the way I was approaching budgeting was all wrong. But I quickly learned that adjusting my mindset was the first step to taking control. Here's the key thing that changed everything for me. It's not just about cutting expenses, it's about actively managing what comes in and out of your account. You need a strategy that doesn't feel like a constant game of catch-up. One thing that's been a game changer for me is prioritizing my debts in a way that works for my financial future. I stopped treating my student loan payments as just a mandatory expense and started thinking of them as part of my overall strategy for long-term financial health. Instead of feeling helpless about the growing balance, I became proactive. I broke down exactly how much I needed to pay off each month in order to keep things manageable, and that led to the next important realization: every dollar counts. So, here's how I did it. I started tracking every expense, no matter how small. It sounds tedious, but trust me, it works. By tracking every purchase, I was able to spot where I could cut back, like spending less on dining out or entertainment. Now, I'm not saying you should live like a hermit, but when you're paying off student loans and dealing with high expenses, every little change adds up. Next, I focused on creating an emergency fund. This is the part I know a lot of people overlook, but it's crucial. Even if it's just a small amount each month, having a safety net gives you breathing room when life happens. And trust me, life will throw curveballs, unexpected car repairs, medical bills, or even job changes. I learned that having a solid emergency fund isn't just smart, it's essential. But here's the thing that most people overlook: automation. The moment I set up automatic transfers for my student loan payments and savings, things started running smoothly. I didn't have to think about it every month, and I didn't have to rely on my willpower to make payments. Setting up autopay for bills, savings, and even investing means you're less likely to miss anything, and you'll be on track to hit your goals without even realizing it. Now, I want to give you something that could change your perspective: the 50-30-20 rule. This is a budgeting method where you split your income into three main categories: 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings. But here's the trick: when you're in debt, the 20% for savings should go toward debt repayment until you're out of the red. Once you're debt-free, then shift those funds into savings and investments. This small change can be huge in making sure you're not just paying off debt but building wealth for the future. And here's a pro tip: don't fall for affiliate-driven budgeting advice. A lot of these influencers pushing budgeting apps and software are incentivized by affiliate commissions, so they're more focused on getting you to buy something than actually helping you with your finances. I'm not here to push a product on you. I just want to share what actually worked for me, without any hidden incentives. Now, I know there's something that's been on your mind through all of this. How do you balance living your life with making sure your finances are in check? It's all about making intentional choices that support your goals. Do you need to have a designer wardrobe? Maybe not. But do you need to have a solid financial foundation? Absolutely. If you've been struggling with your student debt and high living expenses, know that you're not alone. It's a tough balancing act, but by setting realistic goals, tracking every expense, and automating your payments, you'll start to see real progress. If you found this video helpful, please hit subscribe. You won't find any affiliate links here, just honest advice for anyone looking to get ahead without all the gimmicks. Thanks for watching.